to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Ron Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schweim.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schweim.
Sunday morning in the locker room with Billy Schweim and Bobby Schweim. Right here on 97.3 ESPN. Bebop's in the house. That means Josh Hennig, the producer, has got his referee's jersey on today. And he's going to keep you, he's going to break us up.
You lucky you got
Bobby.
you got the computer in front of you. I'll pull that shirt right over your head. Smack you down.
We got Bobby in the house.
I said it before the show for those just to peel the curtain back for the audience. I said I'm the special guest referee that shows up for WrestleMania after the two contestants were already in the ring and the music hits and the crowd goes nuts.
All right, so we got my website back up and running. If you want to check out the website, Andrew Leeds, the intern, he's graduating from intern to producer, is doing a great job with the website. The Locker Room Billy Schweim, thelockerroombillyschweim.com. Check it out. There's photos there. There's articles, all the interviews. Like yesterday, Bobby, we had a great interview with the 1980 captain of the gold medal hockey
I heard
team,
it. I heard it. Yeah, that's good.
Garuzioni.
Yep.
I purposely didn't get any guests today because you were in. Because I want to expose you for the dope that you are.
Yeah. Okay, we'll see.
Yeah.
Keep talking.
The aggression has already started.
Yeah, you know what's funny though, Josh? You're always taking my side, right? I can't believe you're taking his side.
Josh, you better be aware who signs your paycheck right there. All right?
Listen, as I was telling somebody last night, it's my job to be objective. It doesn't mean I care any less.
Hey, Josh, you know that's true. He's always crying because you're taking my side, right?
You both cry. You both cry about it.
Time, Bob.
Nah.
Come on, man.
Listen, if I took your side all the time, Bobby, I wouldn't be sitting here.
So last night, start off by watching the Flyers. Would I make it to half the first period?
Oh, man, I feel so
bad. They got smoked by the Devils. The Devils are one of the best teams in the league. I get it, but still, man, 7-0 with no fight, no.
Bill, that just shows you where they are. Right now, this is the end of February. It's hockey or basketball.
Right.
It's a gauge. You're taking the team's temperature. Okay. And
they just don't have the horses. The Flyers. They don't have the horses. They don't have. Konechny's out now. We established yesterday.
What happened to him? I saw him walk off the ice. What happened?
Oh, it's upper body.
He's got some upper body injury.
They walked him off the ice. I saw that.
There's speculation. There's a rib injury going on.
Okay,
but the Flyers are in disarray. They're not. They're just don't have enough horses. And then of course the way the Sixers lost last night. I'm thoroughly.
Well, Bill,
I'm thoroughly disgusted. We are now 11-20 in our last.
So I was listening to your show yesterday, and I'm not surprised, dude. They don't have the horses either. They are. Listen, did you see the transition team, the Celtics? They're fast.
Right.
They're fast. These guys couldn't even keep up. The Sixers couldn't even keep up with them in transition. I mean, I wasn't
and yet
surprised.
The game still almost went to overtime, though.
Well, I know.
Almost. The prayer shot.
Listen,
you want to win a game on a
They
prayer?
were up by 17 points at one point.
You knew the Celtics were going to turn it on. You knew it. You
Sure, they're the best team in the NBA right now.
Embiid has 41 points, 12 rebounds. What did I say yesterday, Josh? If he can have a monster game with 35 points or more and at least 15 rebounds, the Sixers should win.
Yeah.
He drops 41 and they still lose.
They have no answer. They have no answer for Embiid. Nobody does. But the thing is, he doesn't have. You got him and Harding. That's it. I mean,
Maxey had a bad game last night.
8 points.
Yeah, he did.
8 points.
He was running like out of control. He throws the ball up. I mean,
Bob, they only had 10 turnovers. It really isn't like.
Well, the first quarter they had 5. I was like, here we go again.
Well, turnovers is what kills them.
Anything. You can't have it. But here's the thing. Like this Tucker, we were talking earlier. He actually played over his head. He had a good game,
right?
But we don't have any. We have no bench. Okay, there's nobody to spell Embiid. He was so tired by the fourth
gassed.
quarter. He was gassed. He couldn't. Did you see that one shot where I think it was either Tatum or Brown? He skied over him to get the rebound. Embiid didn't even jump. He had nothing left.
But
in
the
the tank.
problem is, to me, as I said to you guys before the show, and Billy, did I not say this yesterday? Individuals can't win championships.
I understand that.
And the problem
Right,
is
that's right.
that for as great as Embiid is, and he's probably going to lead the league in scoring again this year.
He's
But he's going to lead the league in scoring. Harden's leading the league in assists, and they still can't put it together.
Because as you said, Billy, they don't have the horses.
Tatum was held to he was 7 for 17 with 18 points. I mean, they held him in check for the most part, except for at the wrong time. And can you answer this question? Al Horford.
the guy's a steady player.
He comes to Philadelphia.
They didn't use him in a right role. They didn't have him in a right role. They didn't have him in a right role.
He should have never been brought here.
Al Horford hit drains 3 important
Bill,
shots
he's a
in
steady
row.
player,
5
dude.
threes.
He's steady. The Sixers didn't use him right, Bill. It's plain and simple. He should have never, just like Josh said, he should have never been here. I mean, and guess what?
Well, here's the telltale stat. We are 11 and 21 or 11 and 20 in the last 30 games against the Celtics. They own us.
Prior to last night's loss against the Celtics, the previous loss, Smart didn't even play. Tatum didn't even play, right? They had there was like 3 of their starters were out, and they still beat the Sixers the last time they met up. So I mean, this is this is where you take the team's temperature. And I heard you guys say yesterday on the show, well, I think the book said it. Well, it's not a must win because you were calling it a must win,
I said it was close to.
Which I say it was a temperature. Like
they needed to win that game.
They needed to win the game. It was not a must win, but you can see they're not an elite team in the NHL.
They were up
NBA.
by 15 points, and then they go on a 9-0 run.
Would you consider them elite, Bill? An elite team?
No,
I wouldn't either. Would you consider Boston an elite team?
Yes.
Would you consider Milwaukee an elite team?
Yes.
Right.
So how about Miami?
Sixers are not an elite.
not an elite team.
Sixers are not.
Cavaliers.
Where do you fall on that, Josh? Are the Sixers an elite team?
You watch. The Heater's going to get.
No,
it's
easy. You can
no
say.
pun intended.
It's okay.
To me, there's 2 elite teams in the NBA. It's Boston and Milwaukee, and then
In the NBA?
In the NBA.
Well, I think. What about the West? There's a couple teams that I consider elite.
Well, considering the Sixers just beat Memphis, and Memphis just beat the snot out of Nuggets yesterday,
which is surprising.
But is it though?
Well, man, I guess the Nuggets had a letdown. I don't
Here's
know.
the problem.
I think
the Nuggets are built on a false pretense. They're built on the idea that
he's
they
going
have,
deep, ain't he, Bill?
They have an MVP, quote unquote, 2-time league MVP, right? It's a false pretense, though. Because how do you get a triple-double, Bobby?
How do you get it?
How do you get it?
You put the ball in the net, you defend. And
you
he ain't defending.
You
he ain't
assist and you
defense.
rebound. That's how you do it.
Rebound and assist.
Right.
So doesn't that mean you need your teammates to make shots?
Sure.
So yesterday what happens? When Jokic's teammates are not making shots,
okay.
all of a sudden,
speaking of not making shots, how about James Harden? He missed like at the end of the fourth
Bill,
quarter.
they're at it.
He missed and they forced stuff. They couldn't create anything, and then Maxey drives to the basket a few times and he misses.
Out of control.
They just didn't
Here's
even look
the thing,
like
Bill.
they don't look like they were in sync.
They have no bench. These guys were tired. They were gassed. Okay, the transition basketball that the Celtics were they were tired, and I understand why James Harden at the end couldn't hit a couple mid-range jumpers. He was out of gas.
Well, that's the problem, though. You guys just said Maxey was out of control, right? He didn't play a good game, and the problem is that when you're asking Embiid and Harden to do all the work,
right,
and you're number 2 or 3 guy, depending on how you.
Josh,
Maxey,
let me ask you a question.
Step up.
How come we didn't make any kind of move during before the deadline?
Because they couldn't.
They couldn't.
Well, because of the cap.
They didn't have the salary cap flexibility. Literally, the move to get rid of Thibault was actually to save money, so they could have more money from the buyout market or in the next offseason.
So we're basically still in the process.
Well, yeah. Hey, Bob, just to complete your thought about the bench. Last night, the Sixers had 12 bench points compared to the Celtics 27 bench.
You know what's funny? Usually, Niang is fairly steady off the bench. He didn't really have.
He didn't have a good night.
He didn't have a good night.
Really, there's only 3 guys who had a good night last night.
We need
Embiid, Harden, and Harris.
Yes.
The rest of the
team,
team,
hold on. I would say Harris had a good first half. he absolutely fell apart in the second half.
He fell
didn't-
apart.
Well,
He
he didn't
still
show.
hit
He
some
didn't.
shots.
He
missed
did not.
some
Yes,
shots.
he basically was not the same
Well, so
guy
did Tatum,
that he
I mean.
played. But you know what though? I mean, he was clutch. He hit the. All I need to know about Tatum is he hit the winning jump shot.
All right, you guys. So we're real frustrated. Let's open up the text board 609-403-0973. Tell us how disappointing was that game last night for us.
Right.
Do you still believe in the Sixers after last night's game? 609-403-0973. How disappointed were you last night? And are the Sixers, I mean, are they frauds? I mean,
Well, I wouldn't call them frauds, Bill. They just don't have the horses, man. They just don't have the pieces.
you know what? You look at the lineup, though. I mean, Tobias Harris, James Harden, Maxey, Joel Embiid.
Oh, D'Anthony Melton, he's pedestrian at best.
I wouldn't say
Okay.
he's pedestrian. I think that's aggressive.
Yeah, I think that's a
What
little
has he done?
Like
See, Bob?
pedestrian is like Jalen McDaniels, the guy coming off the bench right now. Like to me,
he
if you're-
doesn't
if you're-
impress me, dude.
If
I
you're
don't know what
starting
you're
in the
saying.
NBA and you can hit around 35 to 40% from three, and you can play defense, you're more than pedestrian.
All right, so
Okay.
today on the show, we're going to talk Sixers, and then we're going to talk about the state of Philadelphia sports. Because I think we're even though our two winter teams got waxed last night, not waxed, but I mean the Sixers, Flyers got waxed. The Sixers, lost
Lost by 3.
Yeah, they lost by 3, but very disappointing. So we'll talk about that, and then we'll open up the text board 609-403-0973. How disappointing were you? How disappointed were you last night in the Sixers loss to the Celtics? I called it almost a must win.
Well, I like I said, I thought it was they needed to win that game. It's not a must win, but they needed to win the game. Show it, especially at home, that they could beat an elite team. And man, I'll tell you what, it just took the wind out of my sails. I mean,
they can rebound tomorrow. They get the Heat the next 2 games, and the Heat.
They Heat in the Bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said Heat the next 2 games.
Yeah, they got the Heat tomorrow.
Yeah, they got Heat
and
back-to-back
got
games.
back-to-back.
Oh, they do? They
Yeah,
have back-to-back games? Okay.
See, Bob, I'm a sports
Well,
guy.
you're a sports guy.
You don't
Then,
know.
but be more,
No, you don't know, Bob, because you're not a sports guy. You're a casual fan.
The locker room was about fans.
Yeah, right.
All right, the first hour of the locker room was powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that help you through the entire process, from contract signing to closing with the shortest center city and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you. With 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA, that's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. How about Dave Lavari? Great guy.
Yeah, man. Funny Dave. Dave's funny, man. He's funny, man.
I'm here to tell you about Lavari Seafood Bar and Grill, located on Route 50 and Tuckahoe Road in Petersburg. Just 8 minutes over Ocean City's 34th Street Bridge. It's a straight shot. It's an old school bar, 18 big screen TVs, daily specials open every day at 11 a.m., celebrating 15 years in business. Thursday night is wing night, dollar wings, $2.50 domestic drafts. They have live music every Friday night. You want to book a private party, call Dave Lavari at 609-628-2225. That's 609-628-2225. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room with Billy Schweim, Bobby Schweim on 97.3 ESPN.
It's Sixers basketball tomorrow on 97.3 ESPN with the voice of the 76ers, Tom McGinnis, calling all the exciting play-by-play action.
Up and in. How does he do it? He doesn't create space. He's not by any means leaping over the defenders.
It's Sixers Heat tomorrow. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. Philadelphia 76ers basketball on your radio home of the Sixers in South Jersey. 97.3 ESPN.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Rhymes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Rhymes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Rhymes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, Rendezvous Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Rendezvous Pizza, there's one right nearby. Rendezvous Pizza, Rendezvous Pizza. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else? Rendezvous Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Rendezvous Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Rendezvous Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Hey, what's with the red, white, and blue tux?
I'm Uncle Sam.
Oh, that explains the hat.
Yes, people seem to love the hat.
So, what brings you to Springfield, Sam? Springfield Mitsubishi in Atlantic City.
Taxes, madam. I want you
to put my tax refund in the bank.
Oh, you're not spending it on a car?
Oh, I'm getting a new car. But all you need is a dime. $1 down at Springfield Mitsubishi, Atlantic City.
A dime? What a novel idea.
8 is a brand new Mitsubishis from 17.5.
17.5 for a new car?
Yeah, and you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty with as low as 2.9% financing.
2.9%?
Plus, if you bring home $350 a week, you can get up to $25,000 in credit.
Okay, I want you to put $1 down.
At the all-new Springfield Mitsubishi, Atlantic City.
In Pleasantville.
They service all makes and models. Springfield Mitsubishi AC.com.
Can I have my hat back?
New 23 Mirage, 17.5, dime down, $277 a month for 75 months at 5.55% APR plus tax title to qualified buyers.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Tom's River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, Bobby Schweim, with his referee's shirt on today, keep it straight.
You haven't said anything.
Andrew Lee in the house. We got a full locker room.
Get the towels out.
I brought Bobby the Dunce in because he makes me look like a genius.
Yeah, right.
Growing up our whole lives. I mean, anytime we got an argument, I made you look foolish. And, I figured,
according to you, huh? Is that what it is?
You're good calisthenics for me.
Yeah.
Guys, we do got a couple texts we should get to because you did ask the texters to text
I want to give that out. 609-403-0973. How disappointed were you last night in the Sixers? And does this loss last night, does it give you pause, right? I mean, do you have any confidence in this team?
So we got David in Vineland chimes in and says, I am not disappointed in last night's loss. The Sixers showed they belong in the conversation with good performances by Embiid and Harden against a great team.
Well, okay.
A good performance. I want to win. We're 11-20 against the Celtics.
Win, baby, win.
But we have not beaten the Celtics since January 14th of 2022.
22?
Yeah, we have not beaten Boston since January 14th, 2022.
Well, Dan and EHC doesn't agree with you because he says Al Horford was over 4 in the first half. In the second half, they dared him to shoot. He made them. If he doesn't make those shots, the Sixers blow them out. The Sixers were really good last night. I'm more encouraged than discouraged from Dan and EHT.
Wow. I guess we're negative.
Well, you know, it's funny. I was, as I coached my son's team when he, growing up, I always thought no uncontested shots.
Right.
Horford's wide open. Nobody's going to want him.
Multiple times.
Well, I think they were.
You gotta be kidding me. These are basic fundamentals
just like the
of
texter
basketball.
said, Bob, he wasn't doing that much. And then, so they probably left him alone, daring him to take the shot. And then he made him.
No, after he hits 2, then you got to get on him, right?
Yeah.
I mean, one time might be lucky, but after he hits the second one, you always say go to the hot hand, right? You always go to the hot hand.
Tobias Harris had 12 points in the first quarter.
He fell
14
asleep.
in the
He
second
fell
half,
asleep.
and then in the second half he had 5.
Well, he didn't fall asleep. What happened was you got Horford. No, seriously. So you go back to Horford. Horford was bodying him up a lot. And that's why Horford was getting open on the offensive end. Because on the defensive end, he was, arm shot, body shot, back push.
He should have some
all that
speed
stuff.
to get around him, though. I mean, Al Horford's an old man.
609-403-0973. How disappointed were you last night in the Sixers loss? And does it cloud your thinking here?
Well, obviously not. We had 2 responses that said it doesn't.
609-403-0973.
Wow. I guess we're on a different page. I don't know.
Like you said, maybe you're just negative.
Negadelphia?
But Josh, I'm not going to stick up for my brother, but that was pretty significant. It's almost more.
I'm not going to stick up for my brother, but
what am I doing? Sticking up for him?
It's
It's almost March 1st
because I'm right.
and we haven't beaten the Celtics since January 14th of 2022. Like, that's ridiculous.
it's ridiculous. But isn't it also just the way it is? Like, the Celtics have evolved, and the Sixers,
You know what I was
still
thinking?
grasping for straws.
You know what I was thinking, though? Here's the thing. What I was thinking. Could the Sixers in a 5-game or 7-game series with these guys? I'm thinking they might win 1 game.
But you know what? That's a good point, because yesterday we were talking to Mike Ruzioni, and they were getting destroyed by the Russians all that whole year, 1980, right?
In the lead up, yeah.
In the lead up, because they played them in scrimmage games all around the country, right?
The pre-Olympic warm up.
What did Herb Brooks say? Just give me 1 game. But the Sixers will have it because they'll have it'll be a 7-game, 5 or 7 game series.
Right. I'm saying that we might get 1 game out of it. That's what I'm saying. I mean,
football, you get 1 game, right? You Eagles you go to the NFC Championship. Just give me that 1 game. The Super Bowl, just give me that 1 game. The Sixers don't have that luxury. They got to go 5 or 7.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's what was permeating in my thoughts.
By the way, just to shed some clarity, about Horford, he was 5 for 8 from the 3-point line last night.
That's good.
That's 66.
That's great.
62%.
I know. Well, look at Tobias though. What did he have? He had like 3 or 4 3-pointers, 3 in the first quarter. I mean, when I saw that, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, we might be there. And then, like I said, we just don't have the depth. We don't have the speed. We don't have the depth.
All right, so talk to me about what is your opinion on Harden's game last night?
Listen, I thought he was steady, Bill. I mean, he's a leader on the.
Yeah, but at the end of the game, he missed a couple key shots.
That wasn't.
Harden's
not the kind of guy that drives the lane, pulls up, he does a mid-range
close like that.
He either hits a 3 or he drives the basket to the cup and he lays it in. He's not a mid-range jump shot guy. He's never been that. Okay, he either hits the 3 or he drives the basket and does a layup. Okay,
yeah. There's 4 mid-range guys in the NBA, and 3 of them are in Phoenix right now.
Well, but you need that. Yeah, but you need that. Somebody can drive, pull up. Hardy, if you watch
that point in the game, he's got to make that shot. At least a couple of those. The one he went down the middle and he clanked it off the glass.
Man,
you need more out of that. That was.
Well, we'll see. Where's this game next Saturday versus the Bucks? Is that home or away? Where is that?
Well, they play they play on March 4th in Milwaukee.
In Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Okay, that's next Saturday.
Yeah, next Saturday.
So okay, that's an away game. Boy, I was hoping that.
I mean, they got a road trip coming up. Wednesday in Miami, Thursday in Dallas, Saturday in Milwaukee, Monday in Indiana, and then Tuesday in Minnesota. I mean, they're going to be.
You know what I see? 2 wins there. I see 2 wins there, Josh.
No, but don't be that negative. Because they beat Memphis the other night.
I see 2 wins there.
I see 3.
All right, listen. Harden was 5 for 16 and 2 for 8. 5 for 16 from the field, but 2 for 8 from 3-point land.
Yeah, but what's his big Bill? But you talked about it yesterday on the show. What's his big accomplishment this year? He does a lot of assists, right?
He leads the league in assists.
So I was not upset with Harding's performance yesterday, even though he missed a couple shots. I was not upset with his.
He had 5 more
assists
assists last night.
I was not upset with his performance last night.
I was a little in the fourth quarter.
I was upset with
money time. I was disappointed.
Tobias Harris, right? Tucker played over his head. You would agree?
Yeah,
played over his head, right? I mean, will you get that from him in a 5-7 game series? How many times will he show up like that? I don't know.
Listen, you're not going to have a bad game from those many guys every night in the fourth quarter. Because let's be realistic. You mentioned about Harden. What did we say earlier about assists? You need your teammates to step up.
Right. But what is it about? We can't beat the Celtics.
He can't get past this.
I can't get by it.
Billy just can't let it go.
He can't let it go. Let it go.
I hate the Celtics.
If the Sixers, Bobby,
I hate the Bruins and the Celtics.
Bobby,
I can't stand them.
the Sixers could go to the NBA Finals this year, and Billy will still be like, the Sixers are 11-20 against Boston. Bobby, he's going to be like, yo, we're going to be sitting in here. It's going to be me, Billy, and Carlin. And if the Sixers are in the NBA Finals, and Carlin's going to be like,
beat Boston.
Yeah, and Billy's going to be like, well, the Sixers can't win the NBA Finals because they can't beat Boston.
Well, listen, it gets in my crawl too. I mean, you want to be those guys. You want to beat Boston. I mean,
yes.
And you know what I liked about last night watching the game?
That's why I said last night was such an important game. They needed to make a statement last night.
You know what I like, Bill, watching, it was on ABC last night, and they had in between the commercials, and they had all the pictures of all the history with, Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell and Dr. J and Larry Bird. I thought that was great, man. That was cool. You know what I mean? That was cool. It showed the history of the Sixers and the Celtics. That was cool.
Listen, can we say what the real problem last night was? We should never have Devonta Smith ring the bell again.
Well, you know what I didn't like at the end of the game? Did you guys notice this? At the end of the game, Tatum took his shirt off and signed it, and the cameras on him and gave it to Devonta Smith. I mean,
they've been doing,
listen, I understand that, but he's an Eagle, man.
It's a sports celebrity culture.
I know.
You got to remember,
why don't you do that? Why don't you do that off the air? He doesn't want to see the camera on that.
There's cameras everywhere, though.
I know.
I got cameras on their phones.
I was going to say,
and he had an LA Dodgers hat on.
You're an idiot.
He had an LA Dodgers hat on.
That's what I don't like that.
What's that?
He is.
Guess what? I don't like that.
I get it.
Like, who was wearing? Somebody was wearing a Yankees hat. One of the Eagles was wearing a Yankees hat.
AJ Brown.
AJ Brown. I don't like that because I will never forget. Wait, ready for this, Josh? I will never forget being in an Eagles game when Dominic Brown, the Phillies left fielder,
right?
Came to the game in a Dallas Cowboys shirt jersey.
Remember that?
He was a section over, and he was here's a Philadelphia Philly that was getting heckled.
I know, but the thing for me is that I mean, if the Sixers would have won, would Devonta Smith ask for Embiid to sign a jersey and take it off?
No, that's Tatum anyway.
Huh? Yep.
But they do that.
All right, Bill. It's just the optics. I didn't like it. Okay. I don't care what. I don't give. They all do it. I get it.
I want to remind people our website, the new Locker Room Billy Schweim website, is now up. You got to check it out. It's got all kind of great pictures. We've got the interviews. We've got everything up. Andrew Leeds did a great job with it. Obviously, you can advertise your business there. You want to contact us for that? Contact Andrew, and we'll get your logo up on the website. And it's really, you did a great job with it, Andrew. I really appreciate it. It's www.thelockerroombillyschweim.com. 609-403-0973 is the text board. Send us a text telling us how disappointed you were in last night's performance with the Sixers. And does that cloud does that skew your opinion of the Sixers now? I mean,
Bill, they're halfway decent. We'll continue on the other
First
side.
hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to center city and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. Call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. A new wind is blowing at Maserati the Main Line. The all-new Recali midsize SUV has officially arrived. Stop by Maserati the Main Line, located in Devon, PA, just minutes away from Center City, Philadelphia, to experience it for yourself. With a class-leading space, advanced driving, and technology features, the Gregale makes every journey a thrilling experience. From your daily commute to weekend road trips, the Maserati Gregale elevates every moment into something truly special. Test drive the new Gregale today for yourself and experience how it makes every day exceptional. Visit them online at motml.com or give Michael Pileggi a call at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800 to schedule your test drive today. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker with Billy Schweim, Bobby Schweim, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
today on ESPN Radio. Kevin Durant joins Chris Paul and Devin Booker to lead the Phoenix Suns on a trip to Milwaukee to face Giannis, Drew Holiday, and the Bucks.
Winds up and goes it home on a windmill right
On ABC, it's the NBA on 97.3 ESPN, your exclusive home for the NBA Finals.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Calling again and again. Calling again and again.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
It's time to think about your tax refund. And Jackson Hewitt wants you to think biggest. As in, we guarantee you'll get your biggest refund or your money back plus $100. Who offers that? Come to think of it, nobody. It's one of the biggest guarantees out there and why you can't just file with anybody. For your guaranteed biggest refund, go to Jackson Hewitt today. Your wallet will thank you. When every dollar matters, it matters who does your taxes.
With GMF financing to qualified buyers excludes Corvette. Why would anybody pay sticker or even above sticker when Bennett Chevy is selling new Chevys at GM supplier employee pricing? Think about how much you'll save at Bennett Chevy. While most other dealers are still charging MSRP and above, Bennett Chevy isn't like most dealers, selling new Chevys at GM supplier employee pricing and not a penny more. You'll enjoy a hassle-free discount along with a simpler buying experience. But that's just the beginning. You'll save even more with available 2.99% financing. 2.99%. That's unheard of in today's market. Looking for used? The good news continues. Bring us the worst clunker and get a guaranteed $8,500 towards any pre-owned in stock. That's at least $8,500 for total junk. Imagine how much more we'll pay for a good trade. And dealing with our non-commissioned sales staff is another hassle-free, delightful experience because they're paid on your satisfaction, not how much you spend. Find new roads at Bennett Chevy, Egg Harbor Township, and BennettChevy.com.
You're listening to The Locker on 97.3 ESPN and the free 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
We're back broadcasting live from the Tom's River Auto Group studio right here in Northville. Billy Schweim, Bobby Schweim. Josh Hennig in his referee's jersey today, keeping us separated. Hey, the website is out. The locker room website is out. It's up and running. Andrew Lee's got it going. He did a great job with it. And you can comment there, and we'll get back. You can participate in the show by sending us a text message to the YouTube channel, which is on the website. You can watch us in the studio here. Of course, we're also, you can send a text message to the text board at 609-403-0973. How disappointed were you in last night's Sixers game? And does that skew you for the rest of the season? Does that throw you off?
Well, there's always
the Sixers have a chance, Bob.
Well, there's always hope, Bill. Of course.
Fire,
I mean,
right?
listen, like Josh said earlier. I mean, how many? I mean, these guys had a bad game. Some of them. Will that happen every game? I mean, I understand they can't get past the Celtics hump, but I maybe they just laid an egg last night. I don't know. They've been laying
a lot of eggs around the Celtics. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know, man.
All right, Danny, you got something you want to add?
Yeah, I just wanted to point out, I mean, last time the Sixers lost to the Celtics was in Boston, and we talked about how Al Horford had those 4 threes and then had that 5th one in the 4th quarter. The same thing happened in the last game. Blake Griffin, 5 threes. Grant Williams, 4 threes.
Griffin, I know he's a great, but he's an old man now, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're letting the big men kill them from beyond the arc, and like you said before, I mean, there's no contesting on that. Those type of shots.
No uncontested shots. I saw the first 2.
It's elementary, isn't it, Bob?
I mean, listen, it's effort, man, effort.
All right, Andrew, we have somebody that sent a message by our YouTube channel.
Yeah, so we actually got 2 comments from Patrick Hansberry over on the YouTube where he said, regarding the Sixers' loss last night, the Celtics are better, but Glenn Rivers couldn't figure out Tatum was taking the last shot and have somebody bigger than 6'3" defending him.
That's a good point.
He also added in about the Flyers that he's 40-plus years as a Flyers fan, and he's at the point where I can't buy tickets or watch. It's time the fans took a stand against this charlatan ownership that has ruined this once proud franchise.
And that is a true statement.
Patrick's got some strong words for the Flyers ownership.
And guess what? That's a true statement. And Bobby, I got to be honest with you. You know I'm a hockey guy, right?
Yeah.
I can't watch. I cannot watch more than 5 minutes of that crap.
Well, I had it on, and of course, obviously, I wanted to watch the Sixers. But if the Sixers weren't playing, I probably would have watched it a little longer. And then after probably the 3rd goal, I probably would have turned it off and then said, enough's enough, But yeah, I mean, that's a hell of a comment right there. I mean,
guys, is the Flyers GM the worst in the city?
Yeah. Well, man,
I don't know. Daryl Morey really hasn't. I mean, he brought in Harden.
I mean, Daryl Morey unloaded Al Horford's horrible contract, and he got rid of Ben Simmons. So at least he's done something.
Yes. So we'd have to give it to.
I mean, what's Chuck done?
Yeah, he hasn't done. Well, Josh, remember 2 years ago, we were singing his praise.
Yes, you were. I remember. I was just about ready to bring that up.
We were calling him Trader Chuck. I mean, he was doing everything
everyone
right.
got injured.
Yeah, well, is that his fault?
Well, maybe he should have traded for so many old people.
I mean, think about this. He got Cam Atkinson, right? He got Ellis.
Ellis is Ellis is the big eyesore.
They get nothing out of those guys.
Well, Atkinson played very well last year. It's not his fault he had an injury this year. He doesn't have an injury history.
But you asked
Bobby, there's a difference between injury history and injury.
Right. Injury history is worse than injury, right?
But Josh just asked who's the worst GM? Who's the worst GM in Philadelphia? I mean, is that Chuck Fletcher's fault that all these guys got hurt? Or,
well, Bill,
he can't look into a crystal ball and say, this guy, he's got. I mean, you got obviously. It's like looking at a resume. His history does.
What is Chuck Fletcher's resume, Josh? Where was he
with
before?
Minnesota.
Okay, did he have any success there?
Barely.
Okay, so here's the thing. Just like Howie Roseman. Okay, when you have success one time, is that luck or skill? Okay, so I would have to say it's luck. But if you do it again,
like Dombrowski,
right? If you do it again and again, that's skill. We haven't seen anything out of this Fletcher guy. He didn't do anything in Minneapolis or Minnesota, excuse me.
They were.
They are in Minnesota.
But what I'm saying is
they made the playoffs.
Yeah.
So he's got to go.
But he's got to go. They never went far in the playoffs.
He's got to go.
I'm surprised the Flyers organization has allowed him to stay in that. Yeah.
Well, Bill Snyder's not around. Snyder's not around anymore, right?
It's corporate.
I know it's corporate. It's look at the corporate.
They definitely have the worst ownership.
Look at the way corporations are these days anyway, right?
Chief told me that. Yeah, you have corporate ownership.
Yeah,
if you have to answer to one person, it's better.
Right.
If you have to answer to many people, you can make some of the people happy some of the time, but not all the people happy.
Corporations, nah, that's not the way to go with an ownership. No way.
Yeah, he was a GM in 2006 and 2009 for the Penguins. Fletcher was.
Yeah, but they probably already had people in place though there, didn't they?
Yeah.
I mean,
that was. I mean,
were they
the once proud Flyers organization, Bobby? We can't even watch a Flyers game for 15 minutes.
Oh, geez.
I'm hitting the clicker.
It's really a shame because there was a run that they were playing really scrappy. They were playing well, but as soon as Konechny got injured, it's like their offenses literally fell off a cliff. And you know what? We wouldn't be in this situation if Chuck Fletcher did the obvious thing and gave Johnny Gaudreau a contract.
I remember being on the show last year with you guys talking about that. How could you let him slip through your fingers?
I mean, he literally waves the white flag.
He wanted to come here.
Yes.
The guy wanted to come and play here.
For a discount.
Hell, I know his father.
I was going to say,
I worked with his father. His father and I used to sell cars at Woodbury Nissan back in the day.
We know for a fact he was going to take a discount. He wanted to come to the Flyers. He had been telling people for years.
Unbelievable.
All right,
I want
Bobby.
to come to
All
Philadelphia.
right, Bobby. All right, Josh. Blow it up and tank it, Bobby.
Blow it up.
Blow it up, tank it, Josh.
Well, the problem is,
Why
I don't know.
not?
The problem
you
is,
don't like the tank, though, right, Bob?
Well, I mean, listen, at this stage of the game, I mean, you can't get any worse, can you?
No. Well,
So you might as well.
They're hanging on the bottom rung of the Metropolitan Division. They're 7th place out of 8. Blue Jackets are worse than them.
we got a text at 609-403-0973. A follow-up from Dave and Violin. He says, guys, I'm a hockey guy too, like you, but for the first time in my life, I'm watching more Sixers and Flyers. I'm disappointed in myself, but Comcast did this to me and the fans.
He's right on. That's spot on. That's a spot on comment.
403-0973. Keep them coming because, Bobby, I'm a hockey guy. I can't even watch the game.
You know what? I'm trying to think. I don't even think I watched the whole Flyers game this year.
I
used to love watching
there was
the
a
Flyers.
period of time when the Devils would play that trap, and it was the worst hockey to watch.
Yeah.
That's when things started going sour for me. I used to hate the trap, and then that cycle down low.
Right.
That's not fun to watch.
Yeah, dump and chase,
cycle down low. It's like watching paint dry. It's like watching golf.
What do you mean? I like watching golf.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Bobby's watching more golf than
I don't
hockey.
even listen.
He's never picked up a golf club in his life.
Well, you use your foot wedge, but I mean, I don't golf.
Oh, you watch golf.
You know what's funny, Josh? I'm a jack of all trades, master at none.
Jack of all trades,
right?
huh?
Man, I've always been a way better athlete than this kid. Always, way better than him. The only sport
You're
that he was
only
better
at football. That's it.
You were, get the heck out of here. You were the only sport you were better than me was baseball, and I was by just a little bit. But anyway, I cannot golf. Have you ever tried to golf?
Yes.
I stink at it. I mean, I can't golf to save my life.
Bob,
When I have
a
layovers,
lot of people are a lot of hackers.
Listen, when I have layovers, I go to if it's a nice day or something, I'll find the driving range, slice, hook. I can't hit that thing straight down the course to save my life, and if I do, it dribbles down the.
Well, you probably have poor hip flexion.
I don't know, man. I got to take a lesson or
It's
so.
all about the hips, baby.
But how do you not like watching golf, man?
I don't like watching.
I like the characters that they have right now. I don't know anything about this live thing versus the PGA, but I like watching Jordan's or Spieth.
You do?
Yeah, I like watching golf. It's relaxing. I
know a lot. There are people, friends of mine, that just love watching golf.
I like watching golf.
Josh, you watch golf?
Sometimes. I'm not like an avid golfer.
What would you rather watch, golf or the Flyers?
Oh, that's a tough one.
I'd rather watch golf.
I got to think about that.
I got to watch golf.
That's a tough question.
I mean, I'll watch golf over NASCAR.
I can't stand NASCAR.
I can't do NASCAR.
I'm not you know why I'm not a NASCAR fan? I'll tell you why. Because I used to sell Ferraris and Porsches in Cherry Hill back in the day. I don't know if I told you that. But anyway.
Here he goes bragging again, Billy.
Like I said, jack of all trades.
A master.
But anyway, so NASCAR, the big thing, I'm into Formula One.
So you like
Formula One and IndyCar. Okay, because they're road courses. You got downshifting. There's the driver has to do things.
Well, but NASCAR doesn't have
well, they do, but they just go around in a circle. But you know what the most integral thing about NASCAR is the mechanics. Setting the car up straight. Getting the tires, the fuel, the drivers.
Get a minute out of a pit stop and everything.
The driver, these drivers, they've been going around in circles all their lives. I mean, it's not.
Here's another question.
You could do it after about 5 months of training.
Bobby, would you rather watch the Phillies play spring training today or watch golf this afternoon?
No, I watch the Phillies.
You
kidding me? Phillies are that. You know what? And here's another thing.
And we're going to get into this.
Well, after last night,
on the other side, we're going to get.
You know, it's funny. While I was watching the Sixers slowly, lose that lead, and I said, "Thank God the Phillies are coming up." You know what I mean? We got the Phillies. I'm thinking in the back of my mind, we got the Phillies.
Trey Turner debuted today as well, leading off for the
Oh, there
Phillies.
you
Who
go.
they playing today?
Look, we're getting all excited because the Trey Turner's leading off for
The
for
Twins.
The second preseason.
They're playing the Minnesota
Yeah,
Twins.
so we got Turner, Schwarber, Real Muto, Castellanos, and
Whoa.
Stott.
Was that on at 1 o'clock?
105.
Oh, I got to watch that.
Oh, they're putting all the big guys in today.
Yeah, the first 5 are all starters. Like I said, Turner,
Nice.
Schwarber, Real Muto, Castellanos, and Stott. I'm excited to see Nick Castellanos as well. See how
Yeah,
he
but he had a
bounce
bad
back.
game.
Well,
He was like 0 for 3 yesterday.
We'll talk
3
baseball. We'll
strikeouts or
talk
something.
baseball in depth on the other side.
Okay.
On the top of the second hour. I want to continue with. I want to get your feeling though, but let's talk about blowing this team up, the Flyers. And are you in favor?
Well, Bill, I don't know. Can you say blowing up? What are you going to blow up? There's not really anything to blow up.
Some contender might want to could use Kevin Hayes or Provorov.
JVR's
getting traded. Can move them up.
They were literally joking last night on NHL Network. They were joking about who gets traded first, Van Riemsdyk or Kane. Because, the Blackhawks are going to trade Patrick Kane.
Patrick Kane's older. He's been around for a while, right?
JVR's older, too.
How many? He's got like three. How many cups does he have?
I think Kane is, 36, I think?
Is he that old?
No, Hayes isn't. Who are you talking about?
Hayes is 30. He's only 30.
Kane's 34.
You
can't compare.
JVR is what? Like, he's about the same age, right?
Oh, he's younger than that. He's got to be like 32 or something. 31.
Wait a minute. You're telling
33.
me Hayes is 34
One
years
age
old?
apart.
Wow. Hayes is 34 years old?
I didn't.
No. So Van Riemsdyk is 33.
Van
Patrick
Riemsdyk.
Kane is 34.
Right. How old is Hayes? He's only 30.
I think he's like 29 or 30.
29, 30.
Well, still.
It's
do a fire sale.
He just turned 30.
Yeah,
do
30.
a fire sale. Get
That's what I would
your
do.
caps. Do whatever you got to do to get the money right. And listen, man, what are you going to lose? What are you going to lose? Because the season looks like nobody's even watching, right? Everybody says, "Oh, the hockey guy that just responded."
The fans are frustrated. The fans are very frustrated.
You're going to start to see empty seats. Not that we haven't
Well,
already.
you've already seen that. I mean,
All right, the website, the Locker Room website is officially up. Andrew Leeds hooked it up. It looks really good. You got to go check it out. The Locker Room, BillySchweim.com. Check it out. There's all kind of pictures. There's all the interviews of our past interviews. How about that interview, Bob, with Joe Namath? I'll never forget.
Yeah, that brought me to tears.
Remember that, man? I was like, we were looking at each other. Josh, you were here for that, right? We just looking at each other going, we're talking to Joe Namath. That was great. Of course, Mike Eruzione. And also, I want to remind people, Bobby, our good friend TJ Septenfelder is up for the Hobie Baker Award. Go to HobieBaker.com and vote for TJ Septenfelder.
That's right.
That's the equivalent of a college football Heisman Trophy.
For the goalies.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, not for Hobie Baker's for the whole league.
For all players?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's a Heisman Trophy.
No kid.
TJ Septenfelder. All right. The first hour of the Locker Room is powered by Surety Title. Surety Title provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers, sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that will help you through the entire process, from contract signing to closing with the shortest center city and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you. With 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA, that's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. By the way, last night I reached out, Josh, to Ken Dunnick, and he's recovering well. He had quadruple bypass surgery, so we want to send out our well wishes to a speedy recovery. Just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that's run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll wrap up hour number one. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy and Bobby Schweim right here on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
Wake up with Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. Weekday mornings at 6 on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Here's what I'm going to say about Jalen Hurts' contract. It's going to get done. Now, whether it gets done tomorrow or 90 days from now, done. So that's not even anything to think about.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. Listen weekday mornings at 6 on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Tara, quote, "My doctor wanted me to do saline rinses for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully use a neti pot. Navage uses suction power, so it's foolproof. There are nights when I'll have particularly bothersome allergies. I'll bust it out, and the results are immediate. It's such a relief. It's become a lifesaver," unquote. She's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
Hey, what's with the red, white, and blue tux?
I'm Uncle Sam.
Oh, that explains the hat.
Yes, people seem to love the hat.
So, what brings you to Springfield, Sam? Springfield Mitsubishi in Atlantic City.
Taxes, madam. I want you
to put my tax refund in the bank.
Oh, you're not spending it on a car?
Oh, I'm getting a new car. But all you need is a dime. $1 down at Springfield Mitsubishi, Atlantic City.
A dime? What a novel idea.
Ake is a brand new Mitsubishi's from 17.5.
17.5 for a new car?
Yeah, and you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty with as low as 2.9% financing.
2.9%?
Plus, if you bring home $350 a week, you can get up to $25,000 in credit.
Okay, I want you to put $1 down.
At the all-new Springfield Mitsubishi, Atlantic City.
In Pleasantville.
They service all makes and models. Springfield Mitsubishi AC.com.
Can I have my hat back?
New 23 Mirage, 17.5, dime down, $277 a month for 75 months at 5.55% APR plus tax title to qualified buyers.
Now, more of The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back here in the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, Bobby Schweim, the intern, Andrew Lee. Josh Hennig with his referees.
So far, he hasn't had to mix it up yet.
Yeah,
we haven't had to get him in between us yet because, you know.
Because you're agreeing with me.
You're agreeing with me. You're agreeing with me.
You know I'm right.
You
know.
So
actually,
I want to.
Josh, he should have an orange stripe on that thing here. Right?
Official?
Yeah, official.
So anyway, listen.
He's a linesman. Yeah, you're just a linesman right now, Josh.
I haven't had to throw any flags yet. This has been a penalty-free game so far.
Judge.
You know what I'm going to do? Listen, you know what I'm going to do? It's funny. And I was talking about this. When I have mandatory retirement at 65, so after that, I'm going to be a high school basketball referee.
Are you really?
Yeah, they need the help, man.
So, hey, Josh, so Bobby, while his kids were growing up, he coached basketball. You should see the antics of this knucklehead on the bench. At one point, he fell down on the court. The referee made such a horrible call. My brother throws his hands up and falls down on the court and starts rolling around like Humpty Dumpty. And everybody in the stand was laughing their rear ends off.
I used to wear these khaki pants real short, like floods.
Oh, my God.
Played a role. But anyway.
His wife would get out. She was so embarrassed by his actions, she'd get up and leave.
Yo, check this out. Ocean City's
But
boys.
did you get banned from a couple?
No, I got a technical. My first game coaching ever got a T. I got banged with a T.
Hey, man, listen, I got some yellow cards when I played soccer back in the day.
You got to do that. Got to mix it up. Yellow card.
Yellow card's the first warning, and then red card gets you thrown out of the game.
Did you get a pink card, too?
They don't have pink cards, Billy.
How about purple? Or violet?
I mean, this guy's never watched a soccer game in his life.
By the way, the Union, man. How about the Union?
You know what I don't understand? Did they just finish their season?
They seem like they play 12 months of the year.
I know it.
It is ridiculous.
What is with that? It seems like they play in the freezing cold. They play in the hot.
I don't get it. Why is the season so long?
I mean, they just won yesterday.
Andrew, look up how long the season is for the Union. It seems like they're over.
Yo, I just want to say about the.
It's too long.
Hold on.
It's a hockey season.
I watched the end of that last night. A few good men were on.
I'll tell you what, I said this yesterday, but
They go till October 21st.
That's crazy. What is this? This is February.
They go now till October 21st?
I'm looking at the schedule right now.
And then playoffs.
I mean, Danny just brought it up. I'm looking at the schedule, and it's like they're playing like every week.
That's crazy, so it is 12 months, I guess.
This is like the longest season in mankind history.
Isn't that a movie? The Longest Season. No, it's the longest yard. The longest season.
It's like February. Oh, I'm sorry. They have one game canceled this month. Sorry, we should have mentioned that.
How can they do that?
They get a yellow card?
Billy, because you're so much of a Neanderthal about this, I'll explain to you. The reason why they're colored cards is so people can see it.
Well, what'd you do? What do you get? You kick somebody in the shin, you get a yellow card?
Let's just say that I was saying some words to guys, trash talking.
That'll give you a card? You get a card for trash talking?
That I cannot say on the radio. And I may or may not have getting a little aggressively physical with some of the players.
Wait a minute, you're not allowed to intimidate a player? What, are you kidding me?
Isn't that like in hockey? That's the name of the game. Well, not anymore. You know why Talkin scored so many goals in front of that, Bobby? He said Schweiner, no one getting close to him. They were feared for their lives. He beat them to a pole.
That guy was strong. Dude. Remember, he grabbed both of us around, and we couldn't even get out of his grip there. That guy was
strong cat.
I'll just tell you this story real quick. When I was in high school, I was playing soccer. I don't want to say what the school was on the air, but there was a kid who I was jousting with for a corner, and he elbowed me in the ribs, and I literally threw him on the ground. I got a card for it.
See that? You get a card for that.
He pulled Camden High School. Did you see that kid?
That was insane.
Well, that was embarrassing.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk
First
about
hour in the books. Hour 2, we're going to talk Phillies. We're going to talk about the new rules in Major League Baseball. Because I think I got some problems with that, Bob. All that and more. It's a locker with Billy Schweim, Bobby Schweim, right here on 97.3 ESPN and the mobile app.
You haven't downloaded the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app? Well, go get it now to follow all the Philly sports teams at 97.3ESPN.com. Powered by First Bank of Sea Isle City.
Mom, Dad, Sis?
Here we go again.
Why are you in a suit? Picture, if you will, a world with the best network imaginable. I'm talking about the Xfinity 10G network. Go on. Mom, remember how your reality shows wouldn't load with all of us online? Now you can binge. And Susie, we'll have fast internet in the basement.
Nice.
If you have any questions, here's my card.
This is just your name on a gum wrapper.
Introducing the 10G network only from Xfinity. The future starts now. Now through March 21st, new customers can get 200 megabit Xfinity internet during our limited time Xfinity 10G network launch celebration for just $25 a month for 2 years. Plus, there's no annual contract required and you get Wi-Fi equipment included. Go to Xfinity.com/10G, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply to internet service and devices. Actual speeds vary.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. This is Matt Crowder live at the gas station on 41st Street reporting on those skyrocketing gas prices. Excuse me, miss. Are you buying less gas now because of the high prices?
Oh, I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
Well, does that actually add up to anything?
I've made around $200.
Wow. Well, there you have it. Stop paying full price for gas. Download the free Upside app and get real cash back every time you buy gas. This is Matt Crowder Radio News Network. Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code LANE for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or any gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code LANE for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code LANE.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-444-9336. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term providers help thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-444-9336. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-444-9336. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-444-9336. 800-444-9336.
Chris Young Tour 2023. Saturday, June 3rd, 8 p.m. Ovation Hall in Ocean Casino Resort. The biggest party of 2023.
I was looking more single every single weekend, looking for a feeling to get my heart.
Chris Young.
I was raised on girl, raised on.
On sale now at theoceanac.com. Don't miss Chris Young live.
Raised on country.
Sports is what we do.
You're in your car, you're in your house, you're wherever you are. You're a sports fan.
97.3 ESPN.
Because if you weren't a sports fan, you wouldn't be listening.
WENJ HD, Millville, Atlantic City. A town square media station serving all of South Jersey.
Red 83!
Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Ron Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schweim.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schweim.
All right, we're back here in the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northville. Billy Schweim, Bobby Schweim, Andrew Leeds, Josh Hennig, and Danny is in the house. Danny. Well, you know, I love my Tiguan. Old Tommy Fetterman up there. Toms River Volkswagen. I love that Tiguan. It's got great pickup.
That the one you have outside now?
Yeah. That's a loaner
I was
car.
going to say that's the one.
Oh, I'm getting some work done with my other
Right.
but I love it.
Right.
Yeah, man. Go up and see Huey. All right, but let's talk a little baseball. The new rules have been implemented. Now, yesterday I heard I don't know if it was Major League Baseball, but the Braves and the Boston Red Sox were tied. I guess it was in the, I don't know what inning it was, but they had a man on second and third, and I think Albies was up. Somebody was up with 2 strikes, and he didn't get in the box fast enough.
And they called him out.
So
here's the thing, Bill, and I did see a couple innings.
How some games are going to end?
Listen, I saw a couple innings yesterday with this clock, and my initial take, because like I said, I only saw a couple innings.
Right.
But you know, like when the pitcher, especially if it's an important game, and you got to think about what you're going to throw and whatnot, and so you know, what is the game really going to speed it up a half an hour? So if they're
saying like 23 minutes.
Yeah, I mean
25 to 30 minutes.
I don't know. It seemed like the pitchers were rushed.
The pitchers were rushed.
Well, but here's the thing, Josh.
I've had to listen to Billy Schweim for 10 years telling me how the game's getting soft, how these athletes need to step up and man up and own up. And now you're telling me, these poor pitchers.
You could see that the complexion of the game kind of changed a little.
Well, but you're not saying poor pitchers. What you're saying is that baseball's a cerebral game.
If you can't throw a pitch in 15 to 20
that's not
seconds.
the point, Josh. That's not the point. What's
the point, Bobby?
The point is it's gamemanship, the whole 9 yards. It's just like you said, you want to intimidate your player. Sometimes you get down, you snarl at him. I mean, it's the whole thing.
No more Al Raboski.
Listen, man,
the man Hungarian,
and then you can only throw pickoffs 2 moves to the first base.
I don't like that.
I love it. I'm here for all this chaos.
Why do you
serious?
like that?
Because one, I love the fact that you're going to force guys to be able to steal more bases now.
Well, that might be a plus.
And two, you're going to cause the game to have more action. You know, it's going to speed up the game in terms of activity. Like we have these cell phones today. We're all staring at our phones all the time, right?
Right.
Now you can't stare at the phone during the game anymore. You have to watch.
Well, that's true. Listen.
Well,
all right,
Bobby,
what is it? 20 seconds when they get to the top of the hill? Is that what it is? You get 20.
Yeah.
Maybe they should go 25.
I've got a quick question for you guys. I saw something online with people discussing after the game last night. I don't know if you guys saw the game that was bases loaded.
No, I didn't see it.
It was a game that was bases loaded, 3 strikes, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Right.
And the game ended due to the whole.
How
would you guys feel if they implemented where in the 9th inning that rule is no longer in place?
Well, see, here's the thing, though. They're trying it this year.
Right.
That's
They're
what it is.
they
said it was fairly successful in the minor leagues. I never saw a minor league game, so I couldn't tell you.
Right.
Okay. My thing is that just like we hate refs getting into the game and changing,
Right.
you know what I mean? Let the players play.
Changing the outcome of the
Changing
game.
the outcome of the game. This is going to change the outcome of the game. Based on they didn't get into the box quick enough or the pitcher didn't get the heck out of here. It's going to change. It's going to change the complexion there.
609-403-0973 is the text board. Tell us about your thoughts on the Sixers last night. And if you want to say it, if you like the new rules implemented by Major League Baseball, you can do that. 609-403-0973. I want to remind people that the website, the Locker Room Billy Schweim website is up.
Check out the YouTube
Check
channel.
out the YouTube channel. We got all our pictures there. If you want to get in touch with us to put your banner up there, to advertise up there, we can take care of that.
You can look at Billy and say he needs a man's ear. You can see him when you look at him, say, "Hey, is that a bro or is that the bro or the man's ear?"
And of course, you can send us messages. You can send us messages on the YouTube channels. We're in the StreamYard. You can see. What's it?
So we got a couple comments on the YouTube page, both from Jeff from Ocean City. Jeff saying about refereeing, as Bob was talking about, that's 100% accurate. Referees are needed at every sport. JV and freshman games are getting canceled due to lack of officials.
Well, here's the thing. You know what? And you can't get people to work. I was at Rindazzo's last night having dinner. They talked about closing the dining room. They can't get anybody. Nobody's applying. They said in past normal years they would have like 20 applications.
The kitchen.
The kitchen. They got nothing. Yeah. But anyway, Bill, here's the thing. A good game is when you don't notice the referees.
Exactly.
Right?
Right.
Well, this is kind of like a mechanical referee with this clock, right? You don't get the pitch off. You don't get in a box. You get a strike.
And you certainly won't the outcome of a game, depending upon where a guy got in 2 seconds late into the batter's box.
How are you going to justify that?
Well, you said something to me the other day, and I want to get Josh's opinion on this too, because Bobby made a good point, which he very rarely
I
does.
always have good points. I'm smarter than you.
Baseball is a pastime. Football is a sprint, like we said yesterday with Q.
Right.
Hockey's, even though it's a longer
Josh,
season.
Now he said something about the cell phone, but when you go to a baseball game,
can I
no,
I'm
jumping in.
Let Billy finish his point.
I want to jump in.
ADD,
let me jump in on it because this is the thing. You go to a baseball game and you walk up, you get popcorn, you get your pretzel, you might miss a half an inning.
You do that between the innings.
So let me get back to my point then, will you? Baseball's a pastime.
Sure. You relax at the game.
Hockey, they're banging each other. It's end-to-end action. Same with basketball. Baseball's why do we want to get through? Like, everybody's complaining because a baseball game maybe is 3 hours and 10 minutes. That's not so bad on Sunday.
You know why it is?
Go there, you
know
relax.
why it is? Because everyone is getting older who love the pastime of baseball. You're losing the younger viewer and the younger fan.
Hold on. First of all, no. That's not why kids are doing so many different things now. That's not why. Because the game's long.
No. Baseball because they think baseball.
You know why kids are.
Josh,
it's because of these phones. That's why.
Yeah, because their attention span.
Right.
That's right.
Is
Baseball's
limited.
baseball.
Baseball has to bring them back into the game.
Well, this is not going to do it. This.
Your opinion. We had Dave Sherapin on the show yesterday, and Dave said that him and his kids go to a bunch of games at the minor league level, and he said the game was much more enjoyable. And he said the best thing was they got out of the ballpark sooner. They got to get on with their lives.
But that's not going to make kids play the game.
Well, you know where baseball went wrong? By putting all the games late at night on the kids.
That is a big problem.
A whole generation missed the playoffs because they were at 9:00 at night. Kids got to be at school. Heck, nowadays they got to be at school at 7:30.
Bill, when we were little kids, the All-Star game, that came on at like 5 o'clock or something. Or 6
That's
o'clock.
Billy's
6 o'clock.
point, yeah.
That's my point.
I know.
That's a big part of it.
How about this, Josh? The playoffs started like at 2, 5, and 7. You'd have to wait till 9 o'clock prime time.
It's because too much money involved.
A whole generation of kids.
So Sherapan liked the experience with his clock, huh?
And he said that his kids paid attention better to the game. I think, Bobby, you just don't like the aesthetic of it.
Well, it changes the complexion of the game, man. I don't
think-
see how you can penalize a guy because he didn't get in the box.
Yeah, but Bob, I do. There are guys like I don't mind Bryce Harper's what he does.
He does it fairly quickly.
He does it quickly. He's not taking forever. But there are guys that.
Well, you know what, dude? Maybe up the time to 25 seconds then. I think 20 seconds is it's just a little
the shot clock in basketball when they implement.
Yeah, but it's a shot clock, but that's a little different, Bill. I mean, you're running down the court, it's different than you have to think about. You got to think about the batter, right? What is he going to throw me? You have to think,
right?
Yeah.
It's a cerebral game.
You're reacting in basketball.
So back to your guys' point about younger fans not being into the game. According to a survey conducted by Statista, only 17% of people aged 18 to 34 consider themselves avid baseball fans.
18%?
17%. Ages 18 to 34,
Well, yeah,
only
that makes
17%.
sense.
Yeah, but here's you want to talk about
50% consider themselves not a fan at all. Only 45%.
And I bet you 30 years ago those numbers would be up flipped around.
But you know how many more options?
You
You know how many more options these kids have nowadays? Back then, it was just you had so many. Listen, my kid played basketball this year on the freshman team.
Right.
They only had 11 games. Schools don't even have freshman programs anymore. It's not it's in baseball.
Right.
They only have 5 games.
Right.
Well, maybe
so
these parents.
it's not just
exclusive to.
These kids aren't playing sports anymore.
Yeah, you know why they're not? Because their parents keep handing them cell phones and telling them that don't bother me.
That's
Instead of going out and
That's
playing.
part of the problem. But so doing this thing to baseball is not going to change that, Josh.
It's going to change who's watching.
It's not going to change the enthusiasm
you just
for
heard
baseball.
Andrew give you that stat.
50% don't even care.
The kids are.
That's not because baseball's slow, Bill. That's not because baseball's
Yes, it
slow.
is.
I don't
say
buy. I'm
all
not
the
buying
time that baseball is boring.
That's not going to.
I think people just don't have patience for it because it's such a cerebral game. That's why you stunk at it.
Yeah,
it's
right.
A cerebral game. All right. Hey, I want to tell people, folks, I'm here to tell you about Lavari's Seafood
My
Bar
man,
and
Dave.
Grill. Dave Lavari. How about that time we were at the
He's funny, man. He makes you laugh.
Blanket-thons with him.
He reminds me of like Hugh Hefner. Yeah, cruises around there. You know what I mean?
Right. Says
You know what
hi
I
to
mean?
everybody.
Yeah.
All right, I'm here to tell you
Smiling.
about Lavari's Seafood Bar and Grill, located on Route 50 at Tuckahoe Road in Petersburg, New Jersey. 8 minutes over Ocean City's 34th Street Bridge. It's a straight shot. It's an old school bar. They get 18 big screen TVs, daily specials. They're open every day at 11 a.m. They're celebrating 15 years in business. Thursday night is wing night. $1 wings, $2.50 domestic drafts. They have live music every Friday night. Book a private party. Give Dave a call, 609-628-2225. That's 609-628-2225. Ask for Dave. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker with Billy Schweim, Bobby Schweim on 97.3 ESPN.
Coming up on the next edition of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill.
Hey, it's Mike Gill. Coming up on Monday's show, we'll look back at the Sixers and the Celtics, plus a big week ahead for the NFL Draft. It's the Combine week. We'll check in down in Indianapolis. Mike McGarry from the Press of Atlantic City. Jeff Poster has football at 4, and Johnny Mack at 3. It's all Monday on the Bash.
The Sports Bash, weekdays from 2 to 6 on 97.3 ESPN, South Jersey's sports leader.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Hundreds of Volkswagens in stock and on sale. Hundreds of Mitsubishis, even 100 electric Bintelli golf carts in stock and on sale at Tom's River Auto Group. And not one a penny over sticker. Plus, Tom's River Auto has a Birds fan bonus. Off just for showing up in a team jersey, hat, socks, whatever. How easy is that? New or used, Tom's River's got plenty, but hurry. On sale, they're flying. Click Tom'sRiverAutoGroup.com.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Thinking about gas mileage. You know, changing your oil with a full synthetic oil like Castrol Edge can help your engine get more miles. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP extended life oil filter for only $38.99. Get started on your next job today with the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Hey, what's with the red, white, and blue tux?
I'm Uncle Sam.
Oh, that explains the hat.
Yes, people seem to love the hat.
So, what brings you to Springfield, Sam? Springfield Mitsubishi in Atlantic City.
Taxes, madam. I want you
to put my tax refund in the bank.
Oh, you're not spending it on a car?
Oh, I'm getting a new car. But all you need is a dime. $1 down at Springfield Mitsubishi, Atlantic City.
A dime? What a novel idea.
Is a brand new Mitsubishis from 17.5.
17.5 for a new car?
Yeah, and you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty with as low as 2.9% financing.
2.9%?
Plus, if you bring home $350 a week, you can get up to $25,000 in credit.
Okay, I want you to put $1 down.
At the all-new Springfield Mitsubishi, Atlantic City.
In Pleasantville.
They service all makes and models. Springfield Mitsubishi AC.com.
Can I have my hat back?
New 23 Mirage, 17.5, dime down, $277 a month for 75 months at 5.55% APR plus tax title to qualified buyers.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
All right, we're broadcasting live from the Tom's River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, Bobby Schweim. And, of course, we're talking about the rules of baseball and a host of other things. We got the text board line open up at 609-403-0973. Andrew, we got some text messages. I think somebody wants to throw me a yellow card.
Yeah, somebody's not very happy with your comments.
I hit a knife. That's what we like.
So they said, he was a good environment. Yeah, I was giving you a yellow card saying that soccer is the world's most popular sport.
It is.
He said he's excited to see how that World Cup will be around here next time around. That's going to be in the U.S.
All right.
Well, that's the world's. I mean, the world doesn't have football.
Well,
we have football.
Guess what, Bob? The Union. I mean, University, their games are sold out.
Yeah, I know.
Past the crowd.
You
got another one?
So we got more comments. This is regarding the whole MLB pitch clock. We got somebody, they didn't leave a name, but they said, I feel the MLB should throw out the clock in the 9. Because NASCAR doesn't finish a race under caution, MLB can't end the game on
there you go. I see you tweak. You make
but like Danny said, though, in the break, maybe like
from the 7th and the 9th.
No, the preseason, they're really being strict with the rules, and then they might be a little bit more lenient, maybe, in the regular
A rule's a rule. Well, how are you going to do that? You know, they're gonna have to tweak this thing a little bit. I think. You know, they're gonna have to tweak it. They're gonna have to tweak it. Maybe 25 seconds and then get rid of it.
What do you
the
think
7th and the 9th inning. I like the two only going to first base twice. I think I like that. I think it's gonna bring stealing back into the game.
What do you think about the shift?
I don't. Well, like I said, the players have an option to lay a bunt down. And beat that.
Ted Williams just go the other way.
Yeah, you know. So I mean, you could beat the shift if you really wanted to. Look at Ryan Howard. His lifetime average would be so much higher. I mean, they always had the shift on for him. If you remember, I mean, it was horrible.
So we got another comment from David from Vineland saying that baseball started turning away from being our pastime when they implemented replay. They're moving away from human errors, which is a part of the tradition. people couldn't accept when Jim Joyce blew that call.
You know, I gotta
Well,
say,
no, you're arguing with the ump.
Yeah, it's a part
get
of the
manager
game.
get thrown out, tossed out. He's got a point there. I like that. I agree with that.
And the replay does slow the game down.
Yeah, it does.
Just like in football, if you can't decipher what it looked like, what the call is in like 1 minute, you shouldn't.
1 minute's too long. 30 seconds.
Just go with the call in the field. It's got to be conclusive, right?
Yeah.
So the last comment we got, they didn't leave a name, but they said that the MLB priced out the true fans. You watch a game and the first 20 rows behind home plate from first to third is all suits, no kids. That's part of what's killing the game.
I think baseball's probably still the best value out there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't go to Eagle games anymore. It's too expensive. I don't even know how you afford it. You're a chump.
I only went to. I only went to 2 games.
You're a dressed up dead man.
I only went to 2 games. I could only afford 2 games.
That's crazy.
The financial thing is true, though. They're outpricing people across the board in sports. You know,
I can't afford it.
I
make a decent
Josh
living.
Hennig, what did I say to you
years ago? Yeah, you talked about
I
there's
said there
going
was
to
going
be a sports bubble.
I said there's going to be a crash equivalent to like 1929 stock market in sports. People are not going to be able to afford it. And after a while, it's going to reach a threshold, Bobby.
Sports are becoming more of a trendy thing than a thing for some of the fans. Like you go to Sixer and Eagle games
to
for
be
example.
seen, the pretty people.
Exactly. You know, here are the celebrities on TV.
You know what's funny?
That's
I see
for the Sixers and Eagles.
I don't know if you guys noticed this. I always look at the crowd who's in the stands last night in the Sixers game. There's always this white-haired lawyer.
Yeah,
I see he's always there. I mean, that's great. But
you're referring to Alan Horowitz.
Yeah, I don't know what his name is. I just know I see him on it.
He considers himself the NBA's the Sixers' 6th man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Well, I got to tell you, my daughter. So,
what that means, but
Bob, Elijah. By the way, Josh, my brother bought my daughter a ticket to go to the Globetrotters today.
She wants to go
up at Wells Fargo.
You going?
12 now? No, it's the 12 dude.
Globetrotters.
So you know what I did? I said, Eliza Grace, because the tickets are pretty expensive, and I said, Eliza Grace, Daddy can't afford to get you all to the game, and I said, but I got a great idea. Call your Uncle Bobby and say, Uncle Bobby, my dad can't afford a ticket to the Sixers or to the Globetrotters game. Can you buy me a ticket? And a sap, he caved.
Wow, what was the ticket? $84.
Yeah.
And where's that seat? Where's that seat
87,
located?
87.
Where's it located?
Section 110. So off in the near the baseline.
Okay. How many rows up?
18.
18 rows up. Oh, so yeah, I mean, as far as football goes,
but
I got twin boys. I can't afford that.
The Globetrotter tickets, it's 70.
That's crazy.
$86.
All I heard was that Billy is doing a better job at creating a sports fan out of his kid than some parents are.
My daughter, listen, my cousin Billy Armstrong has seats in the 6th row, right behind the players' bench at the Wells Fargo for the Sixers. I took Eliza Grace. She's enamored. She loves it.
Right.
She sings the song, clap your hands, everybody. She goes nuts. She's been to 3 games and she wants to keep going to more. So, I mean, kids, baseball, I think baseball.
I used to take my kids, listen.
Baseball did us this service.
I took my kids to the Phillies all the time when they were, 4, 5, 6, and they have
it's very fan friendly for the kids.
Listen, the rock climbing thing, they got the wiffle ball thing, right?
Yep.
But there's a lot of things for the kids to do. So I don't understand why kids don't like baseball. It's a pastime.
Because we just said they're doing everything but watching the game.
But Bob,
that's all part of it, though.
Bob, when I was 5 years old, I had to sit in the 600 level at the vet. I didn't have a bunch of other stuff to do. I had to watch the game.
Okay. Hold on. We used to go there. We used to have the book. Remember, used to keep score?
We used to do that at wiffle ball, Bill.
Here's the thing.
When we went to Little League, okay, you talk about people don't watch the entire game. There's other things to do. So when we went to the Little League game, right, we even if we weren't playing that night, right, you go to the game, you get a hot dog, you go talk to a couple girls behind the thing. You're not watching the whole game. You're at the Little League game.
Right.
It's a pastime.
But on Sunday afternoons, different than a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday during the week.
I get it, but still, I think
maybe they should just make the night games have a clock.
There you go.
Right?
Again,
Sunday weekend game.
You know
Saturday,
what? Maybe
Sunday
we should do.
Day
Maybe we
games
should
get a
make
clock.
everybody who goes into a sporting event leave their phones in a locker.
I guess what I'm all for that. I'm all for that. I think that's perfect.
There's some comedy shows you go to because they film it for like Netflix and stuff.
They
won't let you bring your phone in. You leave your phone in a personal locker.
Hey, by the way, I went to a party. I'll never forget this. I went to a party, a Flyers party years ago, and we were in L.A. and we had to put our phones in a
Really? Because they don't want you taking pictures?
I'm not going to tell you whose house it was.
No, I know, because they don't want you taking pictures.
Yeah,
right?
they want you
Because
taking
I know
pictures.
you'd be the first idiot to take a picture and try to sell it with an autograph on it.
Hey, man, Billy's trying to hustle over here, okay?
609-403-0973 if you want to chime into the show on the text board, leave us a message, or you can do it on my YouTube channel, the Locker Room Billy Schweim. You go to the website, and then you can just click on the YouTube channel right there, leave us a message. 609-403-0973 is the text board number. Hey, a new wind is blowing at Maserati, the main line. The all-new Gregale midsize SUV has officially arrived. Stop by Maserati, the main line, located in Devon, PA, just minutes away from Center City, Philadelphia, to experience it for yourself. With a class-leading space and advanced driving and technology features, the Gregale makes every journey a thrilling experience. From your daily commute to weekend road trips, the Maserati Gregale elevates every moment into something truly special. Test drive the new Gregale for yourself and experience how it makes every day exceptional. Visit them online at motml.com or give them a call at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800. Ask for Michael Pileggi, our good buddy Michael Pileggi at Maserati, the main line, RDS Auto Group. Give them a call today and schedule your test drive. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker with Billy and Bobby Schweim right here on 97.3 ESPN.
It's Sixers basketball tomorrow on 97.3 ESPN with the voice of the 76ers, Tom McGinnis, calling all the exciting play-by-play action.
Up and in. How does he do it? He doesn't create space. He's not by any means leaping over the defenders.
It's Sixers Heat tomorrow. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. Philadelphia 76ers basketball on your radio home of the Sixers in South Jersey. 97.3 ESPN.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. It's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free Train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for a military and senior discount.
Call and again, again and again. Call and again, again and again.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Why would someone looking for a mortgage at the Jersey Shore take a loan from a company in Detroit or North Carolina or some other far-off place? Online mortgages promise a lot but don't always deliver. First Bank of Sea Isle City knows the Jersey Shore. We are local lenders. We use local appraisers and provide in-house processing. We understand the unique obstacles of financing in Cape May County. Don't take a chance. Local banking is better. Let us guide you. First Bank of Sea Isle City.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Now, more of The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from the Auto Danny, you're in the house, in the locker room, by the Woolen Pool, Sports on Sunday morning. Hey, the website, our website, the Locker Room Billy Schweim website, is looking good and it's up and running. You got to check it out. You can leave us messages there. Also, the YouTube channel is up there. If you go to my website, check it out. The Locker Room BillySchweim.com. Of course, you're going to send us a text message today at 609-403-0973. You want to chime in? You got a text message there, Andrew?
Yes, I do. I got Nick from EHT talking about those
Nick.
expensive Globetrotters tickets,
God.
saying that he once saw the Globetrotters when he was a kid at Stockton College for only $7 and says that $85 is absolutely ridiculous.
Can you believe that, Bob?
Yeah,
$85, and they're not. I mean, they're
That doesn't count parking and whatever.
No,
else.
that doesn't count parking. No,
That's nuts.
All right, I want to talk a little bit about the Phillies pitching staff because Bob, they went all the way to the World Series. They went deep. Aaron Nola has made more starts, 143, and thrown more innings, 871 and 2/3 innings than any pitcher in baseball since 2018.
Yeah, that can't continue.
Wheeler, he went deep last year.
Yeah, that you Bill, you can't.
Ranger Suarez threw a career high 155 and 1/3 innings last year. So their first three starters. Now remember, Kyle Gibson's gone. He had a lot of innings too, but he's done. So they'll have Painter, Andrew Painter, or Bailey Falter, or competing for those spots.
They also signed Taijuan Walker from the Mets.
Taijuan Walker.
Yeah,
he's
they're
gonna fill in for
expecting
Rangers.
they're
Right.
expecting things from him.
Taijuan Walker, absolutely. But I mean, we pillaged him from the Mets, from Jeff Bowe's team, Mr. Met.
Well, what's his injury, Bill?
He was 12.
He got an injury?
No, I know, right?
Something said, how are we able to get him away from the Mets, Bill? What's wrong with him?
He's 12-5 with a 3.49 ERA.
Yeah, what's wrong
He
with
had
him?
132 strikeouts.
Tell me what's wrong with him.
I hope
You think
nothing.
they just let him go because they couldn't
He's
pay
a
him?
free agent, Bob.
They didn't let him go. He chose to come to the Phillies, and the Mets decided to prioritize other pitchers.
You know why, Bob? Guess what? Josh, I know you'll agree with this. Players saw the euphoria in the stands, and they want to be a part of it.
Trey Turner talked about that he came to Philadelphia in part because of what he saw during the postseason run.
Wow.
That he got excited.
I didn't hear that. Yeah.
That's because you're too busy flying, Bob.
Heads in the clouds.
Yeah, okay.
You moron.
But back to Walker, no, nothing wrong with Walker. The thing is that the Mets wanted to spend their money elsewhere.
Right.
So what happens is you get a guy like Walker who's an innings eater. He basically has a 3.4 ERA each year. He's the guy who's going to give you 5, 6, 7 innings, chew up innings. Then we don't have to lean on Nola, Wheeler, and Ranger Suarez all the time.
Right. How about they brought in Craig Kimbrell? Right? Remember he used to
Hey,
play
He's washed up though.
Isn't there some 19-year-old kid that's supposed to be a phenom?
We just said Andrew Painter.
That's the.
See,
no, I didn't know he was. I don't know if he was that young. Did he play in the minors last year?
Double A,
Yeah.
Bob.
He was in Double A.
Okay.
And apparently, Schwarber took him deep in practice last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it
crushed
was funny because he was
Put it out on the highway.
Yeah, he was trash talking him, and Painter the next time he faced him struck him out.
Oh, there you go. Well, that's good.
He's got moxie. The question is because he's so young. I mean, Billy,
Right,
and the guy's 19 years old. He's not that mature.
Kid's 6'7".
How fast does he throw?
High 90s.
High 90s.
High 90s. This guy's the real deal. You know the last.
He's one of the top prospects in all of baseball.
Can you guys name the last Phillies pitcher that pitched when he was 19 years old? We had him right here in the locker room.
You had him in the locker room?
I think so.
What, Tommy Green?
No.
Oh.
Wait, so he
I think it was-
started a game?
The youngest pitcher, the last teenager pitcher to pitch for the Phillies was Randy Lurch.
Oh, yeah, you had him on the show.
I had him on
He
the
was
show.
here?
No, he wasn't here. He
Right.
called in, you moron.
He was a guest on the locker room,
See,
Bobby.
Danny, see what I got to deal with this guy?
You said he was.
Is he here?
You said he was in. He was in here. You
Well, he's
said.
in the locker room.
It's an ism.
It's an ism.
Your
You
ism.
ism. So are you worried about the pitching staff, Bob?
No, I mean, from what you explained, it sounds pretty good, right? Although these guys, Nola and Wheeler can't do that. They can't. They got to limit the innings. They can't go that hard.
What do you got?
I think Nola started faltering anyway last year. I mean,
Nola was strange because he would come out, he'd pitch a couple gems, and he'd go deep into the seventh, and the wheels would fall off.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. And then he had that bad playoff game.
Yeah,
right. So, where's he going to be? What's his head?
You talk about Painter, and obviously there's a lot of expectations for him coming out of camp, but one name that Dave Dombrowski and Rob Thompson mentioned, Nick Nelson, competing for either a 5 or maybe even a 6-man rotation spot. That is disgusting.
Well, I saw him. He was on the hill yesterday.
I was shocked at that.
I said something to you, Nick Nelson. You're like, who's that?
No, I know. I know who he
was.
I know who Nick Nelson is. I'm not like you. I know sports.
You know sports. I told you Nick Nelson's on the hill. You're like, who?
What do you got? Andrew? You got to read. You got to text 609-403-0973 if you want to chime into the show.
So no more text. I did look up that Taiwan Walker. Oh, no. Taiwan Walker. He does average just under 6 innings pitched per game across his career.
Yeah.
So he is a guy who likes to eat up some.
Like I said, he's 12-5 last year.
Right.
I'm expecting big things from the Phillies this year,
609-403-0973 is the text board. If you want to chime in, send us a text, or you can send us a message. Go to my website. The new website is up, The Locker Room with Billy Schweim, or The Locker Room Billy Schweim is up, and you can send us a message on the YouTube channel because we're broadcasting live. We're streaming live. So you go to the website, and you can see Bobby.
Billy in his man's ear.
So, what's up,
I was just going to say, we have gotten through an hour and a half of this show. We have not even talked about the Eagles.
How about that?
Ooh, what's that mean? Well, listen, you do have some news there with, the Eagles. I mean, what they're doing in the offseason here. I see something about Hargrave could be unrestricted.
They have 20 free agents.
That's crazy.
I
say they have somebody.
Ready for this? Here's the list of free agents right here. There's 20 of them.
Yeah, I know. We went over that, but what it says here is,
So what you're reading, Bobby, is that the Eagles officially voided the contracts of Javon Hargrave, Kaiser White, TJ Edwards, and I believe it was James Bradbury, which does not mean that they will not return to the team.
Sure. I mean,
however, they do become unrestricted free agents.
So somebody can come in and offer more money, right? And
exactly.
That's going to happen. Who wouldn't give Hargrave more money?
Well, it's a procedural thing. You some of these contracts have what they call voidable dummy years.
Josh,
they have poison pills.
What do you think Jalen Hurts is going to get? Because it all depends on what he gets.
I don't care. I don't think it matters at all.
50? You think he's going to get?
I don't think it matters. Because first of all, you have Howie Roseman. Howie Roseman has shown you can find ways to make money work. Second of all, Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL, right? And he signed a team-friendly deal in Kansas City.
Right.
A team-friendly deal? Is
Yeah.
The money is shifted around in different ways so they could pay other guys like Chris Jones and Travis Kelce and guys like that. So to me, I think that there's way too much hype about how much Hurts gets paid. Because honestly, whatever he gets paid, he's worth it. Because in this day and age, we don't appreciate people like Hurts enough. That man's a leader. He has intangibles.
Oh, I don't. I think everybody appreciates Hurts.
I think he earned his bones.
Oh yeah, I think
so. I don't think it matters how much he gets paid.
I think that's going to be contingent. That'll determine who we can keep. Right?
No. The salary cap is a bit of a fraudulent thing anyway. Because remember, the league is going up every year. That cap
$60 million.
A couple of weeks ago when I was on this show, we talked about some of this and some of the guys we couldn't let go. And Javon Hargrave was one of those guys. James Bradbury was one of those guys. We had.
They're probably gonna franchise.
We can't afford to lose those guys.
For me, the biggest
TJ
thing,
Edwards.
Kazir White, does he go?
I think him or TJ Edwards.
Because I guess Dominic is not Dominic. So,
that's because we got the
Nakobe Dean.
We got Nakobe Dean ready to step in. We also got a boatload of first, draft picks this year.
Yeah, but they're going after a running back though.
Yeah, maybe Bijan Robinson if he falls to 30. I wouldn't hate that. However, I don't think it's a need, but I wouldn't mind.
Well, speaking of draft picks, we have the 10th pick, two first round picks, 10 and 30. Then we have a second round pick, number 62. Third round pick, number 94, and then two 7th round picks.
We're stacked.
Real quick, two things to think about. One, you mentioned the running back position in Bijan Robinson. Miles Sanders has expressed in a number of occasions how much he wants to come back to Philadelphia.
You know what? I did hear that. That's one thing I did hear.
He is making it very known. He's trying to almost guilt the Eagles into bringing him back. And the second thing is, too, I want to talk about the Los Angeles Rams. Jalen Ramsey's on the trade block.
Yeah,
He'll be
I saw
traded
that.
as soon as the next 2 weeks. Bobby Wagner's out there.
Wagner's gone.
So if you lose out on a guy like Kaiser Edwards, you have some options on the market.
Yeah. I think the priority definitely is Bradbury. Do you think Slay's on their contract?
You got to remember C.J. Gardner-Johnson. I think he's before anybody.
You think that's true. 6 interceptions, Bob.
That guy. Well,
he was leading the league in interceptions when he got hurt.
They did already.
I'm not hearing anybody agree with me about Hargrave.
No, I agree.
Can't let him go.
I agree. Hargrave is a priority. I think.
Remember, they got Jordan Davis. He's gonna.
Yeah, but Hargrave, Bill. You can't. He's a stud.
At the end of the day, I just don't think Hargrave we're going to be able to afford with the Hurts contract looming, with having to pay all these other.
I think
Hargrave
Fletcher
is
Cox.
Unfortunate.
Well, then, just like Josh said, Harry Roseman better rearrange the chairs on the deck somehow because we can't get rid of him. I mean, they can't let him go, not get rid of him.
You guys all agree that Fletcher Cox is going?
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, I mean, he's right.
Brandon Graham, I'd like to see them return. He had his best year as an Eagle last year.
I was watching something and they raised a very good point. Or I think it was Josh Hennig on game night the other night, where he was saying that when you look at these holes on this defense, you do have to consider the fact that the Eagles don't even have a defensive coordinator. They don't know what scheme they're going to be going against here. So you talk about not bringing
a rudderless ship.
Who knows? Maybe with whoever they bring in scheme, Fletcher Cox is more of a necessity over a Brandon Graham. Even though Brandon Graham probably, you would argue, is the better player at this point in their careers.
Well,
who knows? Maybe they need more.
But wasn't that the big thing with the Patriots? Once you got to a certain age, they got rid of you, no matter what.
That was Eagles' philosophy. Was that
they
get over 32, you're done.
I was gonna say, so just keep in mind some of the coordinators or interviews. For example, Chris Shula from the Rams. So aside from being the grandson of Don Shula, which Billy is of course salivating over there.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Billy loves anything that has to do with old football.
History.
Billy probably wouldn't be probably too upset if they hired like Rex Ryan or something as D coordinator.
Actually, I heard he's going somewhere. I did hear
he would be.
No, he interviewed for the Denver job.
That's what I heard. Yeah, that's what I heard.
But he would be. I wouldn't mind Rex Ryan.
He's a dinosaur at this point.
Yeah, move on. I want somebody younger.
No, but Chris Shula, he was on the Rams staff the last 2 years when they went to the Super Bowl. And in both those Super Bowls, what played well for them? The defense, right? And what's their defense built around? D tackles. So as Andrew was saying, you guys talk about Fletcher Cox. If you get a guy like Chris Shula, he might say, hey, it's more important for me to have D tackles than it is to have defensive ends. So that's one specific example of how the scheme matters.
Yeah, but you know what? Every single great defense has a great defensive end. You have to have it. You know what I mean? I mean, that's a priority.
They got Sweat. They got
But I was just saying, the
Hassan
49ers,
Reddick's
they
already
got
there.
Bosa. You got to have.
They got Reddick.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You got to have. You said you're talking about defensive tackles. I mean,
what Andrew was saying is that your scheme determines who.
Right.
Like for example, John Gannon basically told Howie Roseman, "Go to the store, buy me groceries."
Right.
Howie Roseman got a grocery, got a 5-course meal, and a Super Bowl appearance out of the defense.
And he even had dessert.
Right. Or alcohol, but I'm not judging. The point is that, on the flip side, Jesse Minter's another guy's been interviewed. And Minter was the D coordinator for Michigan the last couple of years, but he was formerly with the Ravens organization. His scheme is very heavy outside rush. So in that situation, Fletcher Cox is not as important because now you need more bodies to rotate throwing fastballs on the outside, and you need guys clogging the middle. So as Andrew was saying, it's the idea that the defensive coordinator is going to determine who the personnel is in some ways.
Right. I hear you.
All right.
Well,
so Bob, who wins the next championship in Philadelphia? You think, because remember, the Eagles, when they went to the Super Bowl the next year, they were eliminated in the first round.
Yeah, that's not going to happen this year.
You think they're
No, the Eagles will be right back there, Bill. There's no doubt about it in my mind.
Got 20 free agents.
Yeah, they're gonna pull something out of the
20
hat.
free agents.
The next championship team.
Yeah.
The Phillies.
The Phillies?
The Phillies.
Because they're up
The
there.
fight.
You got the Fightins.
I got the
Well,
fight.
they got the Mets and the Braves in that division.
That's all right.
NL
That's
East.
all right. We handled them last year. Did we handle them last year?
One interesting statistic regarding getting back to the Super Bowl and how
See, I'm teaching them
difficult
well.
it
He likes
is.
stats.
Yeah. I'm a stats guy. Learn from the finest. Was that I believe it's the last 12 or 16 quarterbacks who were debuting in the Super Bowl and lost their debut, never ended up reaching the Super Bowl again.
Yeah, never got back.
Never got
That's
back. I think it's the
not
last.
gonna-
That's not happening with
happening.
Jalen's a winner, man. That guy's a winner.
He's
And
a total professional.
yeah, he's the
I
ultimate
think he
package.
he shocked the world, Danny.
I don't think he shocked anybody. I think
Everybody was like that, like Kenny.
that was in the beginning of the year.
Question mark.
That was in the beginning of the year. I think once they
He started the
three
year
or
as a
4 games
question
into
mark.
it, everybody knew what they had at that point.
I agree with you. I think Jalen Hurts is a certified winner. I've been on the bandwagon since we drafted him. I have a number 2 Jalen Hurts jersey, but I have a question that needs to be answered.
What are you gonna do? You sell that on the black market?
Trust me, I tried to get him to ship me a
man.
number 1 jersey through Twitter and everything. But I mean, we have to pay the man at some point. You talked about it.
Yeah.
This week's the NFL Draft Combine. They have to consider who they're going to be drafting on both sides of the ball. I see a Jalen Hurts extension coming this week, possibly.
Wow.
Yeah,
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see.
No, I think they have to.
Yeah.
Hey, what did this guy from New York? What's he want? $45 million? Well, you got to be kidding me, man.
Danny Dimes.
Yeah, to add
Danny
speaking of Danny,
Dimes.
to add on to what Danny was saying about
Danny
paying-
Wooden Nichols. I like Danny Dimes.
To add on to what Danny was saying about the Jalen Hurts contract, according to Ben Volen, that there could be a deal done before the combine starts on February 28th, as Howie's already been
I say that
talking
has
to
I
veteran
say that
players
has
to
to happen.
restructure their contract.
I say that has to happen.
Daniel Jones has a Eli Manning look on his face.
they can't get
Does he got that Eli
Hey,
Manning
one
look?
thing I want to say, did you guys? I was really pissed off at the NFL honors. The Phillies got the Eagles got so snubbed.
I know.
I mean, Sirianni wasn't even nominated for Coach of the Year. Nobody else got any other accolades. I mean, what's going on?
Besides, they had the best 6 Pro Bowlers in it.
Hurts was number 2 in the MVP voting.
Well-
Hassan Reddick was a finalist for Defensive Player.
Yeah.
So they were recognized.
They were recognized.
And by the way, Sirianni, listen, Billy knows this.
How do you give it to the Giants guy?
Something that obviously you and Billy are agreeing on this. I'm disagreeing with both of you on this, and that is, I don't think Sirianni needed to be a Coach of the Year candidate, because to me, what Dable and Peterson did with the Giants and Jacksonville, turning over on dumpster fires, getting in the postseason, that to me is way more impressive than. No offense to Nick Sirianni, I understand that you had the best team in football, you got to the Super Bowl, but it's still a regular season award.
Josh, you better watch out. Bobby and I are going to take you into the corner.
I'll take both of you on. I'm not scared of you guys.
We'll double team you.
Not a handicap match with the Shriners.
Cage match. All right. Hey, just about everybody on here has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that's run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and sees a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. And I'll tell you what, these events are great times. It's a good way to network and meet business people in your community. So give Ken Dunnick a call. That's 856-912-4007. Also, I want to remind people, the Locker Room website is officially up and running. Looks really good. Andrew Leeds did a magnificent job with it. Check it out, The Locker Room, BillySchweim.com. Of course, our YouTube channel's up there. You can watch all the show on the website. And, of course, you can comment. We'll send messages back to you. Also, 609-403-0973 is the text board if you want to chime in. We got a few minutes left in the show, so send it in. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here and wrap it up. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy and Bobby Schweim right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Today on ESPN Radio, Kevin Durant joins Chris Paul and Devin Booker to lead the Phoenix Suns on a trip to Milwaukee to face Giannis, Drew Holiday, and the Bucks.
Winds up and throws it home on a windmill right hand.
The Suns at the Bucks. Coverage begins today at 12:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ABC.
It's the NBA on 97.3 ESPN, your exclusive home for the NBA Finals.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/Be Smart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
Hey, Coach, we need to score. What's the call?
We're going to wing it. We're calling the pick.
The pick?
Yeah, the one, the only, the original Piccalilli Inn to score some of South Jersey's best wings and homestyle favorites. Coach, it's during the game, right call. They're right on Route 206 in Chemung, or check them out on Facebook. Now, who wants mild and who wants hot?
Breaking news.
Tax refund shock is everywhere, but what is it?
My tax refund shrank.
Mine too. The culprit? Pandemic-related stimulus payments and tax credits expiring. In this reporter's opinion, you need a tax expert.
Hey guys, Jackson Hewitt guarantees your biggest refund.
And tax prep is 50% off? Going there now.
50% off is a limited time offer for new clients filing at participating locations. Max value $200. Visit jacksonhewitt.com/50 for terms.
With GMF financing to qualified buyers excludes Corvette.
Why would anybody pay sticker or even above sticker when Bennett Chevy is selling new Chevys at GM supplier employee pricing? Think about how much you'll save at Bennett Chevy. While most other dealers are still charging MSRP and above, Bennett Chevy isn't like most dealers, selling new Chevys at GM supplier employee pricing and not a penny more. You'll enjoy a hassle-free discount along with a simpler buying experience. But that's just the beginning. You'll save even more with available 2.99% financing. 2.99%! That's unheard of in today's market. Looking for used? The good news continues. Bring us the worst clunker and get a guaranteed $8,500 towards any pre-owned in stock. That's at least $8,500 for total junk. Imagine how much more we'll pay for a good trade. And dealing with our non-commissioned sales staff is another hassle-free, delightful experience. Because they're paid on your satisfaction, not how much you spend. Find new roads at Bennett Chevy, Egg Harbor Township, and BennettChevy.com.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
We're broadcasting live at Tom's River Auto Group Studio right here in Northfield. Bobby said, you know Charlie Bowman? He says I'm getting better up here.
Yeah, right. Oh, you got to show me that. I don't believe
Charlie Bowman.
it's not to me. I know you are. You're always a kid. You're a kidder. Anyway, the Ocean City boys men's basketball and the girls basketball team. You know, they're South Jersey Group 3 championship. Yeah. Tuesday for the girls versus Mainland at Mainland. Isn't that right, Andrew? Is it at Mainland at 5:00? And the boys play Monday in Morristown at 6:00. It's you already told. I tried to buy tickets, already sold out.
Wow,
Can't believe
how
that.
much are the tickets for?
I don't know what that. I don't know. It's just
I think they're usually like $10,
$12.50 or something.
Not like the Globe.
But nevertheless, though, we wanted to go. I can't even try to get tickets.
Not like the Globetrotters, $87.
Bobby's gonna try to sneak in the back door.
I'm gonna try to sneak in, but who do
the Globetrotters play all the time? Is it the Washington team or something?
The Washington Generals.
It's the same team over and over.
Yeah,
they're part of the act.
They're part of the shtick.
Yeah, Charlie Bowman's funny. People like Billy Godfrey. They all like when we go at it.
Rip you. I rip
really
you.
quick. So, Billy, you asked Bobby a question.
Yeah.
We didn't get everybody else's opinions yet. So, first of all, Billy, it is the locker room with Billy Schweim.
That's right.
So, Billy, who do you think wins the championship next?
I'm going to say, I'll say the Phillies. I'll say the Phillies. I think they got a really good shot. I like their pitching staff, and I think this Andrew Painter, if he comes in and pitches as well as they think he's going to pitch.
Yeah.
You know, like we hit one for once to get a bona fide.
I'm more worried about Nola for some reason. I don't know. I think he might be out of gas.
With the addition of Trey Turner and Walker, I think this team's had.
And you know Bryce Harper, they were so close they could taste it, right? Yeah. You know, when you get that in your, you know what I mean? You want it bad. I think that the desire to do it. And also with the Eagles too. I think, they were right there. I think Hurts is going to get them over the hump for sure because the guy's a winner. He's
how about
winner.
this? So let me ask you guys this question. You know how Jalen Hurts not Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, he lost Tyreek Hill, right?
Yep.
And everybody thinks that they're going to suffer, and they didn't lose a beat. If Jalen Hurts lost A.J. Brown, or just hypothetically now, it's not going to happen this year or next year, but if they lost one of those guys, would Jalen Hurts still be as effective?
Yes.
Yes.
Because the key is that they're going to keep Brian Johnson as the offensive coordinator, and Johnson and Hurts have known each other since he was a little kid.
Because remember that the knock was that he's always changed coordinators or coaches. Jalen Hurts never ran the same system twice.
Right. This is the first time.
You know what they said about Hurts though? He's a coach on the field.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy.
Well, isn't that what the field general's supposed to be, Bob?
Yeah, but I'm just saying. I mean, this guy.
He's lived up to everyone's. He's exceeded everyone's expectations.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Correct.
But you
are correct.
Do you think that he could? Is he Patrick Mahomes-esque when it comes to like if he lost one big piece?
Well, here's the problem. Mahomes is one of one.
That guy's a freak, man. Just the fact the way he shovels, he ad-libs when he's running, and he throws it with his left hand.
The problem is
I haven't seen Jalen Hurts do something like that.
But you don't need to.
You don't need to. Someone mentioned to me the other day, I thought it was a great point. I wish I thought of it myself. It was that he said that the problem is that Hurts is not flashy. He doesn't have pizzazz.
Right.
So people don't respect him and look at him the same way like a Mahomes or some of these other quarterbacks because he doesn't have flair. He just goes out and does the job.
He takes care of his business.
I say that there's Mahomes is in a category all by himself. There's no one else.
That's why we should stop comparing people to Mahomes. We just got to let it go.
All right, how about this? Let me ask you guys this question real quick. Rapid fire session. Can the Sixers make it past the second round?
No.
Yes.
Woo!
No.
Yes.
Danny.
Yes or no?
He's thinking about it. He says yes.
Andrew.
Yeah, I think so.
Andrew
Do you
says
think
yes.
he get out of the second round?
Because if they don't play Boston in the second round, they can get to the finals.
They're going to get beat by either Milwaukee or Boston to make it to the finals.
Milwaukee's more doable than Boston, probably.
All right, man. It was a spirited show. Everybody chipped in today. Danny did a great job behind the board. Andrew Leeds taking care of the website and learning the board. And Josh Hennig, we gotta take him out behind the shed.
I'll take you all on.
All right, great show, everybody. Thanks a lot. Thanks for making the locker room part of your Sunday. Because nothing could be finer than talking sports with the Schweiners. You got Mike Gill in the Sports Bash Monday through Friday, then Josh Hennig at game night right here on 97.3 ESPN. I'll see you next week, everybody.
Wake up with Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. Weekday mornings at 6 on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Here's what I'm going to say about Jalen Hurts' contract. It's going to get done. Now, whether it gets done tomorrow or 90 days from now or 120 days, it's going to get done. So that's not even anything to think about.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. Listen